Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at Gridiron's MPAC. Hold on. Enemy Ground Pounder Upper. The 105 Howitzer, basically. Pardon me. So here it is. I've already showed you how the ground pounder goes on. Again, I can't believe that name. This is the Howitzer, how it connects, and I'm going to show you how it connects everything that it comes with. I felt like I should just do this separate because technically you can buy this on its own. You don't have to add this to your Stinger APC. You can use other guns, but I'm going to show you how this one looks. And I did quickly look over it, and I got to say, I think the aesthetics on this, the 3D print on this is a little bit better than what we saw with the actual ground pounder. So anyway, let's get to this. Let's get this on. I'll show you how they come on and off and how you can swap them. And also how you can use this by itself if you don't want to have the whole giant howitzer. But anyway, before we do, if you like this type of stuff, you like Gridiron stuff, I give you a lot of reviews, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop Gridiron video. Now let's get to this. Alright, so here's everything that you're going to get with this. Now, we're going to quickly look at this to begin with. And as you can see, the base here is the same that came with the autocannon and this MPAC here. It has the optical eye here, a little bit of red. It does move back and forth. The print looks really good. I don't see any lines or anything within it. What it doesn't come with is the cap here and the bullets, because you don't need bullets for this, but it does come with this. I can't say it's a tarp, but it's a cover that's, I would assume, you're using for some sort of camouflage. But the detail on this, it does look really good. It is all one color. Usually they throw in, they hit it with some paint, which really, in my opinion, pushes it really far. Okay. So, you'll be able to load the shells in there, and then it comes with this piece, so if you want to obviously make it seem a little bit longer. Alright, so this is the extended barrel, and it does just slide right on like this. So it is going to look really nice, and there you can kind of see just little rivets running through it. You got the pieces, the little lines all through there. Okay, now this thing, we will pull that out a little bit later. But we do see the hydraulics here, so you can kind of crank it up. Technically, the way that it does move up and down, this is what should be moving it. But again, it's a toy, so you can't use that. All right. Here are the shells. And you have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different shells. And you can see somewhat of a line through it. That doesn't bother me because that actually looks like it's probably how it's supposed to be. Just a little bit of red paint, then you get the black, the red stripe, and the black tip. Alright. It looks like the a big shell on the bottom. And then we have this piece. Okay. So this, I'm assuming, we can take... Maybe we can't. Oh, the shell's going backwards. Which actually makes sense. So you're going to be able to pull the shells out and then load them quickly. So now that I'm thinking, this is actually going to go backwards because I haven't put this thing on yet. So it'll be interesting to see how it is. But anyway, let's take a look at this. You got all these rivets, all 3D printed. You have the Gridiron Studios logo right through here. And again, the black paint just really offsets it. A little bit of, I mean, it is a little beat up. This is not something I'm used to seeing from Gridiron. And I know people might get mad at me, but this is not what we normally get from them. So, kind of interesting that it's like this. We got the antenna here. I did not show this off. I showed it off of the other weapons that I did because, again, this base is the exact same. So that's just going to plug in right there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this off. We're going to throw this on there and see how it looks. So if you didn't see the last video, there's a little notch right here. This button, it pushes down, and then this comes off. All right, and here I can show you with this one, it's the same thing. That just pushes down just a little bit, and then you can slide off whatever gun you're using. All right, so quickly, let's raise this up so we can see down there a little bit better. All right, so from what I can tell, I didn't realize, this here is going to go in. I think I need to remove this first because I think this goes right around it. So take this thing off, and then that thing slides. Okay, so now that looks really good. All right, so now you're gonna have your shells go in backwards, right? So that makes sense. And load all these shells up really quickly. And then we have to put the computers back in where they're supposed to be. I'm actually going to leave one of these out so I can show you, so we can see if they load. Then this piece here pops right in. So now we can still open up the computers, maybe. Look at that. They're going to open up perfectly fine. Oops. They're going to open up perfectly fine like that so you can use them. It gets a little bit in the way with that the bottom shell. So I'm assuming if you want to do pictures, maybe remove that bottom shell. No one's going to see that it's missing. All right. So slide that back on. All right. So we look at this thing here, and we can load the shell. I believe we load the shell right through the back. Now, that's good for pictures because that's, I think, where you load it. But I think it's just going to fall out. I feel like I'm missing something maybe. This doesn't turn or anything. So it doesn't go all the way up and we get stuck. So it can go all the way through without that piece on it, if you were wondering. Okay. So we're going to throw this thing back on it. So right here, as I kind of talked about before, this is how we're going to just slide this on. All right, so now you have this giant cannon, which, I mean, it is pretty awesome. Definitely going to need the stands here to hold it in place in real world application. You can load your shell up like this, or you leave it right there. I feel like it's missing something. Maybe there should be something right there, but either way. So there you go. That's really the only thing that there is with this. All right. Now we're going to take this off here, and you're going to see what a lot of people, or what they actually showed in there, is that it kind of covers it up. All right. Now, what's the actual purpose for this? I don't know. I'm sure a veteran or someone still serving in the military can explain this. I would love to hear what this is actually for, but this does cover it up. Okay. And now you have a big howitzer on this, which I think is actually pretty awesome. It kind of is this APC meets slugger, right? So we can pop this off. Now what I was talking about is, if you decide to take this off, if you have this base, right, you can easily slide this off. You can put this on it, and this is heavy enough that it will keep it in place. Now, maybe you have the howitzer, maybe you think, hey, you know what? Why would I buy that? I'm just letting you know that if you do have this base, you want to put this on top of something that you've made for Cobra. All right, maybe you want to put it up on this naked street scene, something like that. You can. That is the reason why I actually got this, but I will be using this for a second stinger and using it on the on that stinger that I get. So anyway, this is how this is meant to look for my friend Greg, who this is his whole setup. But now it's time to wrap it up and do some pictures, because, well, you can't put out a video without a few pictures, and I gotta say, it does look pretty badass. Alright, so there's my review for the MPAC Howitzer for the ground pound for your stinger. And again, it does look pretty badass. I will leave a link at the end where you can actually see how this is, if it's something you're interested in. You also need the wheels. You can get away with it. Somebody asked in my last one, I connected this to the Vamp, and the Vamp doesn't have the oversized wheel. So technically you don't need these wheels, but I just think having these big giant wheels like this, it's not going to look really good if you don't. I'm perfectly fine with the autocannon on this, but there's something special, something really cool about putting that howitzer on this. You know, putting these feet here to prevent it. And again, it's something very military. So it is expensive. You can go pick up a stinger for 90 bucks using my code APUNK at Entertainment Earth with free shipping. You get 10% off, so remember that. And then if you want to order all that stuff, you're looking at about another $150. Some of you don't think it's worth it. Some of you think it's worth it. It's your money. You spend it and have fun with your toys the way you want. But I'm going to get out of here because I got to go hide myself. Anyway. Now, there. Look, guys. Now I look like Leatherneck. I can't believe I just did that, but I'm going to get out of here. Please take a second, if you haven't yet, you like Gridiron stuff, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. You'll be notified every time I drop G.I. Joe, Gridiron, 3D weapons, Marvel Legends. I'd say Transformers, but I don't do Transformers. Anyway, take care. Stay, don't go anywhere. Now I'm just rambling, but right there, I'm going to drop the last video that I did for the whole ground pounder, and down here will be the playlist of all the Gridiron stuff that I've done. Take care.